Hey, it's Luke from Bonelop Fish Market, and today we're going to do a collection update slash collection video today. We're going to push all the buttons in the fish room anyway. So just the singing fish, not the flowers, and none of the other things downstairs, not the sunnies or any of that. So, if you've been following in recent videos, this is the latest custom envisioned by my fiance. She made that one up. And then a couple thrift store finds. New 15-year edition Billy Bass. I recently bought that on eBay for $8. It needed a new speaker because there was no speaker, and a new head paddle, and now he works great. He's in very good shape. And let's see here. Thrift store Billy Bass, night before Christmas, 2021 Billy Bass. Alright. So without further ado, I think we should start, and we will start with this guy right here. Billy Bass Superstar.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I would never swim again with the tide. But then I spent so many nights just thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so I'm back, right off that track. I jumped right down and now I'm singing, cause I've always had the knack. Can you believe what you see? I bet you can't believe it's me. Did you think for just 1 second you'd be back to look at me? Well, now you know I'm on the floor. No more hanging on the wall, no more hanging on the door. I knew that one day we would have to say goodbye. Did you think I'd flounder? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
And for any of the doubters out there, this one is the Jemmy model. Is the red button, the gold nameplate. Doesn't look gold, I know, but it is. And then on the bottom here, it says Jemmy. So this one is an original Billy Bass Superstar. I've had a few comments saying, ooh, it's the knockoff. And I know I need to get his head mechanism repaired. He needs a new gear because he's not moving very well anymore. But, yeah.
They're gonna make a big star out of me. We'll make a film about a fish that's down and lonely. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I hope you come see me in the movies. Then I know that you will plainly see the biggest fish that ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally.
Alright, there is Billy Bass Superstar, one of my favorites. This guy, Walmart Father's Day bass on a log. Kind of a Easter egg, I suppose, or a little sneak peek of what was to come the next year. So here we go. Alright, then we'll do Loudmouth Mallard next. He just says phrases.
Fear the beard, you should fear my baby. Cut 'em off, Jack, but leave me out.
I got him for pretty cheap. He was still brand new in the box a few years ago. He just needed a new thing to on his motor for the string mechanism. Here is my favorite Billy Bass of all time. He is sure a fine one. Look at him. 2000, I believe, version. I love that realistic look that he has. He looks like he's got the gloss coat on him and all that. So, and the detailed plaque. It looks very nice. What's cool about this guy is he needed no repairs. He was relatively cheap. I got him for 20 bucks on eBay. He had the box, but the box was in bad shape, so I threw it out. He needed no repairs, like I said, and this is the second set of batteries I've put in him since I believe I bought him in late 2019. So yeah, there's him, and then we got Rocky Lobster over here, Christmas present from my mother-in-law. Here we go. I'm using batteries made. Okay, Raybacks. Alright. In a lot of the fish that I have now, I've been putting just great value AA's and C's. They work fine. I actually have great value in this fish right here. And in that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. So they're cheap. It's like $3.50, I think, a pack of 8 AA's. So it's really quite a good value, hence the name Great Value. Get that at your local Walmart. I believe Target has their own line of generic batteries as well that are relatively cheap and are decent. Alright, and here's the 2021 Billy Bass. This is the first one that I purchased. Or the original one that I purchased anyway, after I found out that I could buy them and that it wasn't a prank. I saw pictures and pre-orders on eBay and I'm like, what the heck is this? There's no way. And I did some digging and lo and behold, we had Billy Bass from 2021. And I mean, a lot of people complain, oh, it's too small or it's flimsy. Well, you know, it's a lot better than I think the Survivor. That one was kind of pointless. Although it was cool. Pointless. But this is good. It kind of pays homage to the original a little bit while keeping that modern look, which is always good. Gotta keep with the times, and I mean, it's a pretty decent fish. I like that they've saved the adapter jack hole, because if you want to modify it, there you go. You can have it to where it can take an adapter. It's wonderful. But anyway, let's get on with the songs. Another thing I like is how roomy it is inside the plaque. You can put a lot of stuff in there. A lot of wires, it's great. It's what I've had been talking about for a long time, even before I went onto YouTube. They need to remake the original plaque, and there they go, they did it. So that's great. Here is Thrift Store Cool Catfish. If anybody wants to buy him, feel free. Shoot me an offer in the comments, and then, or on Messenger, or you can send me an email as well. So here we go.
Come on, buddy. Help me get out of here. Excuse me. I must have eaten a bad worm.
Button's a little bit sticky, but...
Don't look at me that way. Something smells fishy around here. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
It was pretty cool. The Travis trout, the catfish, and that billy bass down there, all right next to each other in the same spot at the same thrift store. That doesn't happen every day up here in northern Minnesota. Here is my Wiggling Willy. I've had him since before I started YouTube. Bought him back in, I think it was the fall of 2016. Either fall of 2016 or 17, but I'm pretty sure it was 16. I got him for $1.13, I believe. And then there was $11 to ship. So it was about $12 for him. Came with the box. I believe I still have the box lying around. I might not though. He needed the new headgear, and that is all I've done to him, and he's been fine over the years. He drains batteries pretty quick though, I've noticed. Like if you took the batteries out of him and put them in, say, Billy Bass or Rocking Fish or that custom up there, they'd be dead for whatever reason. Anyway, here we go. another story about this guy right here. Well, not specifically this guy, but Wiggling Willy in general. Ever since I was young, I'd always wanted one because I found one at my grandparents' church garage sale. And so I remember my grandpa saying he tried to get it for me, but someone else had already got it. Willy Walleye or something like that, he said. And so I was like, So I did a lot of digging once I got old enough to use the computer and all that, and searched and searched until I could finally find one and afford one, and I wound up getting a pretty decent one, and it hasn't failed me yet. Super clean battery compartment. I mean, he's dusty now because he's been on the wall for years and packed away and on the wall and back and forth. But yeah, he's in great shape, and I really like him. And no, I will not be selling him anytime soon unless I absolutely have to sell him to pay a bill or something. Alright, here's Thrift Store Travis Trout. Like I said in the description on his original video, no repairs were needed, which was just a shocker to me. I plugged him in to test him out after I got home, and he was a bit slow because it was a little bit cold out, and so his joints were a little stiff first time around. And then I opened him up just to be safe because I was like, you know, I'm sure that gear's on its way out, because that's what I thought. And then I go and I pull on the gear and I'm like, it's fused tight to that shaft. So, and the head paddle's good. His head paddle was really good too. He just needed a headgear. This guy will eventually need a new mouth gear, but for now he's fine. Alright, we'll move on to Rocking Fish here. I got him in a trade. I traded a spare Wiggling Willy I had to Vade Territory. I don't know. He's changed his username now. It's VT4 or something like that. I believe his autograph is still on the back. Yes, it is. I've been meaning to take it off, but I'm like, whatever. I'm probably not going to sell him. I did have to fix, I believe it was the head on him, the whole head mech, I think, and I believe it, no, I don't remember what I had to fix, but it was for sure the head mech, because I was in rough shape after a few plays. Anyway, here we go. I've gone through quite a few of these. I've never had the bass version. I've had a couple trout versions, and I've had quite a few crappie versions. Never had the bass version. I believe that's what this one is. Alright, here's the custom jaws. This thing's bad to the bone, like I mentioned originally in this video. And in the original video he was featured in, my fiance supplied the fish. She went on eBay, found the jaws for really cheap. And honestly in really good shape. He just needed a head paddle. And then I replaced the motor here that way with a modern motor because otherwise it shorts the board out. For some reason I couldn't get the motion sensor to work. I wired it up every which way I possibly could. And it's just being a turd, so doesn't have motion sensor. Probably not gonna sell this since it's a group project that we both worked on together. You know, like I said, unless I absolutely have to sell them, most of the fish on this wall are not for sale. Alright, here we go.
On the day that I was born, the nurses all gathered round and began to about wonder at the joy they found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone.
Alright, here is Travis Trout I bought a couple of years ago. I know that a lot of people don't like this version because he's got missing his rear fin there. But I love the cloth. I think it's just better, especially when you have to fix them, which I'm pretty sure I had to do on this guy. And the pegs on the plaque are so much more strong, or so much stronger than, say, this generation. Although this one is in phenomenal shape, like I had said. My grandma found one of these at a thrift store many years ago, and it looked almost identical to this one, and so that's why I like this style so much. It was the first singing fish, or Travis Trout anyway, that I was able to get working, was that one. Every other fish that I had dealt with before that time had either fried out or I had scrapped because I didn't want to fix it or I got tired of it. But here we go.
There I was, just a swimming in a lake, singing do I did it, dum did it do. Found myself a worm that I decided I should take, singing do I did it, dum did it do. Look good, look fine, look good, look fine. Now I'm up in serving time. Next thing you know, I'm mounted on this plaque, singing do I did it, dum did it do. With very little chance of ever going back, singing do I did it, dum did it do. Look good, look fine, look good, look fine. Now I'm up in serving time. So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. Rock the boat, but don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat.
Alright, and here's the latest 15-year Billy Bass. I've had so many of these. I think finally I found one that I like. Got him for $8 on eBay. Like I said, he needed a new head paddle and a speaker because the speaker had been torn out of him. And he also a new plaque. So pretty much a full restoration on this guy. But I like him. I like the coloring on him. I think he looks good. Anyway, here we go.
It's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Every life will have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. It's
without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And now I'm back on the plaque. Don't look surprised that I'm still singing, 'cause you know I have the knack. Can you believe what you see? Bet you can't believe it's me. Did you think for just 1 second you'd be back to look at me? I will survive, I will survive, I will survive. Hey, hey.
Alright, this concludes part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, which is the rest of the wall.